We'd like to welcome you all to the Side Eye Podcast, K State recap slash react to what we saw yesterday in that thrilling 10-9 victory by the Wildcats, dropping your beloved Cyclones to 0-3 in the conference and 3-3 overall. Not where we thought we'd be at this moment, but it's where we're at. So, let's like I said, let's get to it. It's I guess the old adage of people in glass houses should not throw stones, because we were giggling our asses off when the Hawkeyes couldn't put anything in the end zone. And now we are 6 quarters without having a touchdown. Like I told you, Pipes, and if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, you'll understand my analogy of the Cyclones being Shang Tsung, where we absorbed the souls of the people we conquered. Well, we conquered Iowa and then became them.
I did see a guy on Twitter said that. He's like, yeah, that victory wasn't worth it if we had become them.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you're going to tell me we were going to lose to them for what would have been it would have been an 8th time in a row.
I think, yeah,
7th time in a row. But we were still our old selves. Then shit, I want that Iowa loss then, But yeah, I mean, apparently, I don't know what you and I and Drake are doing, but there is seriously no O in the state of Iowa.
I don't think you and I's won a game this year.
Well, here we are.
Yeah.
Looking down to Des Moines for some offense.
Misery loves company.
I mean, good grief. It's pretty much pick your poison on where you think the deficiency in the offense lies. So let's just start at the front and let's move our way back. Offensive line. The one thing I'm going to say is, who's 55?
Simmons.
Simmons. Simmons.
Mr. Simmons, you've had not one, not two, but 3 false starts in 2 games.
And that guy started since he's a freshman, so that's just.
And Pipes, I believe you were the one who said what you said. How are you false starting when you next to the ball?
He's a guard.
I mean, you're next to the ball, and you know the count. That's 2 pluses for you.
Yeah.
But you're false starting 2 times in a game. Come on, man. You just. I don't know. Y'all couldn't take it from here. I'm just. Oof.
You're throwing in the towel already?
Believe I'm saving my angst for some other shit.
We were talking about this
say
before,
that.
And I'll just. This is my biggest deal. I sat and thought about it. Everybody's firemanning all this crap. I mean, if you just go, the eye test, look at our talent across the board. We just don't have All-American caliber players like we did last year. I mean, take this game, for example, last year. First play in the game, Brees Hall goes 75 yards, touchdown, and he basically controlled that game. I think he had, probably close to 150 at least. So you look like a lot better offensive coordinator when you're handing it off to a guy like that. And you still had Hutchinson on that team. And then you had Kohler and Allen, So, I mean, to me, it's the talent has dropped. So
I say give them some time, because
that's
still
the thing is they're young guys, and they're they're trying to figure out their roles. You know, and the coaches are probably trying to figure that out too. You know,
I mean, overall, I'd say I get the whole penalty aspect that does suck. I mean, I think from a pass blocking perspective, they didn't do that bad.
No, because they were going against one of the best pass rushers,
right?
Statistically in the nation,
right.
That 91.
Right.
So,
and then, but you know, got to ding them for the run blocking.
Yeah.
Just wasn't there today.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't been. I mean, that was the thing. I mean, we're in a lot of 3rd and 7s. It seemed like to me, you know, and then, I mean, that's easy for a defense, you know. You can drop 8. You know, you have one guy you really have to worry about. So, yeah, that's where you get into that.
I mean, and again, I don't know the numbers, but I wonder. It felt like it was more dink and dunk again.
Right. Well, yeah, because I mean, that's what it's going to be when. They're going to play not to get beat because they don't have to commit to a run. So if they don't have to, you know, then you can't use the play action to do a double move to get a guy deep. You know, if the safeties are never looking in the backfield, you're not going to be able to throw downfield. I mean, at least from my viewpoint.
Well, I, for one, am putting this shit on the OC.
Okay.
Because the play calling is atrocious. We start off the game, 5-yard run from Brock. Pass, 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 pass.
Right.
Punt.
And I think we talked about that a little on the walk out. It seemed like Silas had some momentum there, even after Brock went out. And I had the replay on before we came on, and it seemed like he even was doing that in the 3rd quarter. And it seemed like the 4th quarter we just totally went away from it, from what I remember. So,
well, it just doesn't seem like we got 38 passes to 24 rushes. You can't consistently run block when you're not running.
Right.
Mean, we're just not even. I'm like, run the ball. The drives where we at least got points.
Mm-hmm.
There was a mixture of pass and run. The drives where we punted, it's pass heavy. When did it become a strictly pass happy team? I mean, is this whack all of a sudden?
Well, I don't care. Whenever team starts talking about that their best player is their wide receiver and how that's going to be awesome, that to me that never works because you have to try to get that. Obviously, you know, how many catches did he have today? He was in double figure catches again.
I believe he had 10.
Right. So
no, he had 8. He had 8 for 100.
But I mean, that always worries me. I mean, obviously you got to get the ball in his hands, and that's going to affect. Like to me, that's where those numbers come from that you just.
But and I have no problem if that's going to be your offense, passing, slinging the ball around. Cool, but your offense can't be. Your passing offense can't be dictated between the line of scrimmage and 8 yards.
Right.
If you're going to pass, any team that predominantly passes spreads it all over the field, all up and down. They take shots. If you're going to let Deckers sling it 38 times like you're doing it, well, there's got to be 5 or 10 of those that are going past 20 damn yards. And I don't even know if did we even take a shot.
But the defense
zero went beyond 20 yards.
But the defense, that's what the defense is going to give you. They're like, we're fine. We'll let you throw it.
But I mean, at some point, you got to. I mean, there was like when they line up Hutchinson was beating his man, was beating the dog shit out of his man. But what Iowa State would not do is move the slot receiver over to Hutchinson's side and force that safety to make a decision, because there was multiple plays when that dude tried to jam Hutchinson. It was like I was covering him. He just shoot him off and was beat deep, but they had safety help over the top because there was nobody else over there. They have 3 dudes over there on the other side, and everybody's always blanketed. And then they had a man over the top to help with that dude so he could jam. And I'm like, if you've got a slot receiver over there, that's safe, and he's going on a post route, you can send him on a fly route, and that person's got to make a decision. That safety back there has got to make a decision on where to go, because you know who does that? People who play us. And that's how dudes are standing 30 and 40 yards down the field wide open, because they forced our safeties to make a decision, because our other safeties have gone up.
Last 3 teams we played can run the ball, so our safeties have to commit to it. Their safeties don't have to commit to it. They're stopping our run with their front 7 or 6 if they're 3-man front, if they're playing 3-3-5. Our safeties have to commit, because these teams can run the ball.
And that's true, but it's just like with Decker's running. I'm not saying he has to be Adrian Martinez or Jalen Daniels, one of these other dudes, but you got to at least make them think that there's a possibility you might run and you could hurt him, like the one time where he finally took off and the crowd went goddamn berserk. But that's the same thing with throwing deep. It doesn't necessarily have to be a completion. Hell, it could even be an interception. But to have teams to be able to go in there and be like, shit, here's what we don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
We do not have to worry about them, because they ain't thrown deep in who knows when.
Yeah, I do agree with the at least throw it out there to put it out there.
Yeah,
at least once, early in the game.
It's like teams who show the blitz.
Yeah, yeah.
They're showing the blitz. They might not, but you don't know if they're not going to.
The whole thing. I mean, you have your formations and you set up different plays off of what they're seeing, hoping to mix them up. But yeah,
I just think it's a bland vanilla. Well, I think they're. You know what? I don't know what they're thinking. I'll be completely honest. I'd love to be able to sit here and say, "Oh, I see what's going on," because I don't. I have no earthly idea what in the world is going on.
I just think it's not being able to run the ball well enough. I mean, if you can't do that in college football, in any level of football, defense gets a lot easier. And then I think on just my personal opinion, I think Deckers has been told not to run because the drop off is so far between the starter and the backup that they don't want to risk that. So they're just like, that's out the window for them. That's just my personal opinion.
And it well could be. It could be that, but at the same time, you got to know when the house is on fire, and you can't stop and look for the cat. You gotta get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Don't try to get the photo album.
Yeah.
Take new pictures and get the hell out of there. And that's what he does.
I mean, they teach every quarterback how to slide, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if you think about it, we haven't thrown the ball down the field since Butler's been here.
Yeah, like I was at, I'm like, Stanley's our biggest deep threat. I mean, he's not threatening nobody.
Right.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't even say that. He doesn't have an opportunity to threaten nobody.
Stanley in the game this weekend didn't have any passes over 10 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be a deep threat, but if your route ain't deep,
right, you're not a deep threat.
I mean, if we got 7 yards to get, and you got 5 receivers out there, and 4 of them aren't even anywhere near the line of the game. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
It's just come on, man.
Wait,
you don't got to be a paid professional to know that your route has to go 7 yards if you need 7 yards.
Dude, every team does it though. You watch it all day. They love that. Coaches love that for some reason. Just like back in the day, why did they always run short side options back in the day? Every team did it, and
but the difference is other teams do it, but they've got other receivers that are past by the. It's one thing to throw it short because it's an option.
Yeah.
It's another thing to have to throw it short because everybody's 3 yards away.
Yeah.
I mean, you can send 3 dudes 15 yards down the field and then throw it underneath. But if all the receivers are up front, well, so are all the defenders.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that unless it's some athletic play that at times the Cyclone receivers were able to make. But why? It seems to me every week where we got these losses and we keep asking ourselves, why are these players getting put in these situations? Why are these receivers being asked to catch a 2-yard slant and then get
because we can't run the ball? They're using those short passes as the running game.
Yeah, they're being put in that position. Yeah. Like our freshman kicker being put in the position to have to kick field goals instead of extra points. It's what are you coaches doing to get these kids in the best possible situations? And somebody got a little testy about that this week. And somebody's a little bit upset with his fans this week. So I've been waiting to play this and get y'all's take on it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So let me bring this video in her and see what.
Yeah, I just saw the quote. I didn't see the video.
So here's the video.
Man, you win the turnover battle, hold a good offensive 10 points. If I told you that before the game, would you think, okay, we're coming out with this one?
Yeah. I think for us, the things that we felt like we needed to do to win the football game, again, I feel very confident that we're there. And again, I felt like, man, we did some of that last week and, we did some of that the week before. And so that's why from our end of it, you look at it, obviously it's frustrating. And, I told our kids in life, man, winners do lose, but losers hide. I'm not hiding from it. I don't think any of us are hiding from it. We got a great staff. We feel like we've got a really good football team, and we're not miles away. We're inches away. And, I think that's the hard thing when you're dealing with 18 to 22-year-olds or anybody in life. You get right there and, it's easy you didn't get the result that you wanted, and it's easy to bag it. And so, I think, again, this will be a great test to, the locker room, the leadership. But, as I said, what gives me great confidence in our football team is the play Anthony Johnson makes, maybe one of the greatest plays in the history of.
Okay, I was doing something else.
Well,
did he make the fan comment?
Not yet, no.
Oh.
But he did say one thing that I thought too, and Vernon kind of alluded to it with all the young players is, I mean, they're this close, I mean, it's not like these teams are kicking our ass up and down the field. I mean, I know it's aggravating that you're that close and you can't just, get over the hump. But so anyway.
But we'll continue with this. But
yep.
But how close are we really if every game were this close? Because if we're this close this game, then shouldn't we be this close the next game and then this close the next game? If we're staying this close,
then
we might as well be this close. You know, I mean,
but that goes back to what Vernon was saying is those new guys learning and getting better, and as long as that happens, hopefully you make that jump. You know, and like I said, last year or before, you had those dudes, you know, that were playing at an All-American level, and we're trying to find those guys. You know, you hope that you have some more of those guys, and you're trying to find them right now, I think.
well, then if that's the case, then it's the coaches who are handcuffing. Because if like possibly is being suggested,
Well, no,
they're telling Deckers don't run.
It's not the coaches jumping 3 times at crucial times.
Correct.
But I say something like, "We'll go back to Deckers." If you're saying they're saying, "Well, don't run,"
yeah,
well,
that's my
actually, his athleticism is what's always been touted.
right.
We've been hearing about, he's so much more athletic than Brock Purdy was.
Yep,
Well, really?
yep.
He doesn't look like it. He looks about as athletic as Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, he got out there on that run, like you said. He got out there on that run.
Finally.
Yeah.
But there have been both. There was another time later in the game, and I was like, holy shit, are you allergic to the color green? Because that whole side of the field, there wasn't anybody there.
Mm-hmm.
But Deckers has a sight problem. But let's finish this off. I didn't realize this was this far down the line when I did it.
This program. You know, you talk about, you know, our fan base unfortunately tried to fry an 18-year-old kicker last week, and our 18-year-old kicker responded and went 3 for 3 tonight in a big time situation. So
unnecessary.
I don't.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Why?
He's standing up for his guy.
Yeah.
First of all,
Backing up the kicker.
First of all, you're taking a small minority of your fan base.
Well, that's
that possibly said something.
Right.
A small minority of the fan base that possibly said something. And quite frankly, what I saw on Twitter was nobody saying the same thing we said. This ain't on Jace Gilbert. This is on Matt Campbell and Manning and Deckers and the offensive line and the running backs.
Right.
You all put this kid in this situation. We all know this dude's a freshman.
Yeah.
And you all put him in the position to if he got roasted, to get roasted. It's squarely on their shoulders.
I mean, I don't follow any or very few fan type of stuff, so I don't know, because I never saw him specifically called out. I saw, you know, why are our special teams always a problem, you know, and obviously that's kind of putting it on him because there's 3 missed kicks, but I didn't see specifics on him. He probably didn't have to call out the fan base.
No, he shouldn't have. There's no probably. You look at here's the thing is the fans are calling out his weakest point since he got here, and that's the special teams, because for some reason he thinks he's so goddamn great at special teams that he doesn't need a special teams coach. Nothing has been more evident in Matt Campbell's time here is that he needs a special teams coach, because whatever is going on, it is completely not working. Okay, whether it's kickoff coverage, whether it's punt coverage. Well, now we're having punts blocked, and now we're missing field goals. That's him. And now you're going to be salty because people are pointing that out. And now you want to get in your feelings about it? Well, do better, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah,
that's what we're. Right. I mean, I didn't see anybody attacking that kid. I'm sure there was somebody.
Yeah, you know there
was. because there's always yahoos in both fan bases. But I see tons of Cyclone accounts, and I read all those tweets and quote tweets and retweets underneath those things, and everybody was killing him, killing the offense. I mean, I the most I saw was everybody felt bad for Gilbert.
Yeah.
I mean, that was most of what I saw. So for him to say, I mean, if you want to go inside the locker room and say, man, F the fan base, dude, you're our guy, go ahead. But you came out in your post-game press conference and you chose to shit on your fan base. No. For a couple of people? No, I can't get down with that. Nah, fuck that. No, there's nothing in this world that's going to make me think that what he said was even okay. Go say that mess in the goddamn locker room, but don't get on the TV in front of everybody. And say that.
Well, he doesn't gain anything by it either.
No,
because even the people, if there were people doing that and they hear him say that, it doesn't change. They're going to do it. They're going to do it again. So that does him no favors by saying anything like that. Because obviously we're sitting here, talking about it, and so. But
it does him favors with the team, especially if the season starts going south.
Yeah.
What do you mean starts?
Right. Hey, I'm
the season is south.
I'm trying to be optimistic here, but seriously, if there's stuff out there on social media, and it's negative toward his players, and he lets it go and does not address it,
if that kid's on social media, you had people hitting him up. You just know it because that's what people do.
I'm about to remove both of y'all and just do this shit the rest of myself. Y'all man. No, I don't want to hear this shit.
I'm not saying I disagree with you.
Man, I don't want to
We're supposed to talk about things, William.
To hell with that. That dude was in the hella wrong. He was hella wrong for that. And nothing's gonna make me think any different.
No, that's fine.
Because it was a ridiculous ass comment.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, he's sitting there waiting to say it because nobody even brought that up.
Oh yeah, no, he's been
so like you're sitting there and you said that with your whole chest stuck out. You felt that. Because it wasn't even nobody said, "Hey, how did Jace deal with the pressure from the fan base over missing the field goals?" Nobody said anything like that, so he couldn't wait to get to that damn podium and say that shit.
Right?
Maybe he watched the last podcast and just couldn't let go.
Watched our last podcast,
dude.
Well, we didn't say anything about him.
We talked about the fact that. He was put in a bad position.
But we didn't say anything about the kid. We said we felt bad about it. We said we felt bad for him.
Maybe, like you said, he got in his feelings about
the comments.
But the comments that he saw, maybe they were the same comments we made, and he took them out of context or.
No, dude. I guarantee you, there were people sending in messages telling him he was a shit ass kicker.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt.
You just know it, and who knows?
Well, hang on. Now, he was put in an awful position by Campbell, Manning, and the offense, but you still got to go out there and do your damn job.
Right. But
that being said, now I'm not asking for a dude to lose a scholarship or get booted from the team, but you do got to go out there and perform.
Right.
And he did this week.
He did. That was awesome.
Did.
I mean, that was
like I said. I said the game. I said, you know what? I'm happy for that kid.
Me too.
I am once again sad for our damn offense. I sure was wish hell he was kicking ones instead of threes.
I didn't. I mean, I knew he wasn't doing kickoffs because that kid that was booting him in the end zone, but I didn't realize they said when I watched the replay that was they took that off his plate, because he was kicking off and everything. So
I'm not even gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it because it's not like there was a whole lot of play. It's not like we were knocking up 50 points a goddamn game, so it's not like he's been kicking a ton. I mean, good Lord. Now you want to make me talk shit about him.
Oh, man.
As you can tell, I'm in an extremely unsensitive mood.
Oh, shit.
I don't even know what else we were supposed to talk about. Just him saying that mess just into this fan base.
Yeah.
To this fan base. I mean, we come out in droves to watch nonsense.
Well,
I mean, and to say that to us.
But hang on though. Hang on. I mean, maybe we need to replay it again. Did he call out the entire Iowa State fan base?
He said the fan base.
He said so.
Or those that talk smack. The fan base that talk smack. I mean, now, did he make it sound like there were a bunch of Iowa State Cyclone fans? Perhaps.
No, he didn't.
He
said so. He said so. Whatever.
My takeaway was this is directed at those who were talking smack against my field goal kicker.
Yeah, I know. I didn't. I mean, yeah, I was like, whatever. It's all right. Well, we can disagree, man. It's good. I totally understand what you're saying. I totally understand.
I understand too. I understand that y'all are wrong. And y'all love you some Matt Campbell.
All right, Shannon.
But damn it.
Man.
Hey. All I know is if he doesn't want his fan base saying anything about his players, then I suggest he and his coaches do a hell of a job better at getting said players, I don't know, first of all, into the end zone. The big green spot at the end of the field. Get them into that. I mean, 3 games because we should be 3-0 in the damn Big 12.
Yeah.
And we're not.
Yeah. Because
of the coaches. Raggedy play calling. I mean, they're just a little bit ahead of Jim Walden's fullback dives.
Yikes.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Nothing. I hear people saying, well, you know what? We don't have the tight ends that we used to. Haneke's always open. That dude it should have a complex for feeling alone on the field. He's so open all the time. But I go back to what you said, Pipes, at the beginning of this show, when they said our best player is our wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now said QB, who looks like he's maybe got the reins pulled on him, is only looking for said QB. I mean, said wide receiver. I mean, there's a bunch of times where Haneke's he's doing everything except doing jumping jacks. I mean, maybe he should. Maybe he needs to do that. But Deckers has no vision, and I'm wondering what's the tree? Is it?
Oh, first.
Is X first?
Oh yeah.
Then Noel second, and then stand there and hold the ball so it doesn't get fumbled because you're about to get sacked. I mean, no, I'm sorry. No, it's X first, Noel second, and then miss a 2-yard pass to the wide receiver. Yeah, you know what? At 0-3, I think I've hit a critical phase. And yeah, I don't know. This next, I'm dreading Wednesday's show. I'm dreading talking about that because what we're putting out is trash right now. Hats off that damn defense, though. I mean, god damn.
Yep.
They're going to be looking across the locker room like, y'all going to show up?
Yeah.
Because they are balling out. I was a little shaky about the D-backs, aside from the 2 blown plays, which shouldn't really happen because it should have been sacks.
I think the true freshman right on their touchdown play. I think the true freshman got a little tied up from what I saw on the replay, but dude should have made the sack. But
yeah,
this goes back to what you were just complaining. What sucks is the defense has to be perfect. But they do. I mean, they made one. They made one mistake, and it cost and that was more or less the game because of what the offense can do. So
hang on, I got a administrative point. You need to move your beer over, Pipes. There you go. It was right behind you. It was right behind your nameplate. So our fans that recognize you for said beer are able to see the glass.
I'll drink whatever you send me. And I'll tell everybody about it.
Yeah. I was like, you gotta have your calling card.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I see the picture. Where's this dude's beer at?
Yeah.
But sorry, I got off of that.
We'll even have a beer segment. We'll talk about beer you're sending us.
By the time we're finished, we won't even be talking Cyclone football.
I'll talk about beer. That's cool.
Here we are, beer, food, and music. Welcome to the Side Eye Podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We'll be like, yep, lost another close one. What are we drinking tonight?
So, did you ever figure out if McDonald got the record?
Oh, yeah. So he's a sack and a half away.
Okay.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought he had to get one more, but so that's obviously why they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I got all fired up about it.
Yeah.
How come they aren't announcing this? People around us probably thought I was nuts.
So a sack and a half away. Okay, good. Well, I hope he would be able to. I hope he gets it next week. It's coming up weekend, but
yeah,
it would be cool if he got it at home.
Yeah,
where it could really be appreciated.
Okay,
but I'll take it during the Texas game.
I mean, I know this is gonna. Yeah, I'll bring this up Wednesday, I guess.
But I thought once again the front six, I guess we call them. It's a 3-3. The front six did an exceptional job of containing Martinez and Vaughn. I mean, combined, they had 100 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, they kept the splash plays at a minimum.
I mean, yeah.
But then again, right? They kept the splash plays down. But I mean, obviously they got tired. I mean, but K-State, when they had to run the ball, they did. You know.
Yeah.
I mean that goes to the defense being out there so long. You know.
Just over and over, and I mean, the time of possession was even, but the kind of drives each team had led to, I think, Iowa State's defense being more worn out than K-State's.
Right. Yeah. Did we have any turnovers?
Nope.
Yeah. So I mean that was good. That's first game first game without any offensive turnovers, isn't it?
Yep,
So,
it is.
Did you guys hear any more about Reader though? I mean, his injury looked like it was bad to me. I hadn't seen anything on that.
I did not. They said Brock. It got to the point where they couldn't run with him anymore. They used him for blocking purposes. But that's why he came in, but stopped really carrying the ball.
Yeah, I thought Silas played all right. Do you have his stats in front? Do you have his stats in front of you?
Yeah, Silas was 7 carries, 30 yards. Brock was 13 for 33, and Decker's 4 of 15. He didn't have any catches.
Yeah.
So, oh damn. Reader had both our fumble recoveries.
I know he had the one in the end zone.
I don't know. It says he's got 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember another one?
Nope. Let me see. Oh, they don't have those stats in here. Who knows? Who caused fumbles?
Oh,
I can't find anything on Reader's injury.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the replay, but it didn't look good.
The way he was holding his knee and rolling, I was just like, yeah, we might not be seeing him for a little bit.
That's not good.
No. Oh, heck no. So,
is there a TV on in the background or something?
am I? Yep. No, I'm going to turn that down. They can hear you. So, well, let's do this. Let's play Fantasy OC. If you were going to be OC Pipes, how would you fix the red zone issues?
I don't know if it's necessarily I just think it all comes down, like I've been saying before, with running the ball. I don't know. To me, the line doesn't get a consistent push. So that's my biggest concern. And the cause of all the short passes, like I said before, the defense being able to sit on the long, to not have to worry about the long pass because they don't have to commit safeties to the run. So,
okay, BJ. So I guess now we're fixing the offense, I guess.
yeah. I mean, it would start with the line with me as well. Just looking for some consistency there, though. I don't know that it is about the red zone either, but moving that line of scrimmage forward.
Just knowing, I mean, if it's 3rd and short, just knowing that you can run the ball, or like I said, that they have to worry about the play action.
Give Silas some more run too.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any chance Norton will be. I know they said Norton warmed up. He just looked like that first game. He looked like he had that pop. How you just see it. When he's. I mean, what? I mean, didn't you think that too, William?
Just when it's all over, just tell my story correctly. Tell them the whole truth. Yeah, I mean, he's got a home run feel about him,
right? And that's what the other thing they were talking about on the broadcast was how we're last in the Big 12 for explosive plays. You know, because there's only one guy that they have to worry about for explosive plays. You know, last year you had to worry about Brees and Hutchinson. You know,
And Kohler.
And Kohler.
And Kohler, yeah.
I still claim if he starts looking, he will be amazed. If they watch the film, they got to be amazed at how often Haneke's open.
Yeah.
I mean, trust your tight end.
And to what you're saying, I mean, I think that obviously the stats back it up is how staggering it is, the targets that Hutchinson gets.
I think, what do you have, 16?
I mean, and usually that's what he's around. You know,
I think he had
like
16,
17 per game. Yeah. So, but when he's, you know, I mean, you want your best player to have the ball in his hands, but it's not good when it's a receiver.
Yeah.
I'm beating a dead horse now.
For me, it's we got to be able to do to other teams what teams do to us, and that's just run the ball straight up the middle on a 3-3-5.
I think you said to attack the edge more, like Baylor against us. I thought they were doing that pretty well with Silas.
But the thing is that we don't have that flat foot speed that those other teams have at those running back positions.
Right.
So my thing is, if we're almost running a zone blocking scheme.
Well, Brock can
on a 3-5.
Brock can do that, but if he's not 100%, you know.
But I say, look at what happens when Deuce Vaughn goes up the middle. I mean,
against Iowa State, he didn't do shit.
But he's done it up against other teams,
right?
And the thing is that we just because our main back went out shouldn't mean it's one of those things. Like, doesn't mean you stop doing it.
Well, if you watch Silas run, Silas does not look like a hit the one hole.
So here's my thing
type of runner.
So you're running a 3-3-5. If you can clear those first dudes, now you got linemen on linebackers, and if the running back has got the vision, now Silas can use that shiftiness to move to the left and right.
You brought up a good point. So I listened to Ben Bruns's react of the game, and he was talking about how the linemen were leaving their blocks too early to get to the linebackers. You know, so that creates a problem, like with what you're talking about. It doesn't matter.
Well, you gotta get rid of them, yeah.
Right. So, what he saw was that they were leaving their initial man too early to get to that linebacker, and then that guy would make the play behind him. You know, so, and that kind of speaks to what you were just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta dispatch, because a lot of those up the middle runs against us. That's why I'm always talking that have those linebackers up on that line, because when we have them back, the first thing that happens is, well, McDonald's immediately getting double teamed.
Yeah,
and you've got another dude getting double teamed, so those people can get moved out, and then they can attack our linebackers. Well, if they're moved up, well, now those linemen can't say right off the bat, I'm double teaming. I got to worry about him first.
Right.
Well, let's make other teams, have to deal with that. If they're going to have those linebackers back, then boom, we got to double team their ends and mash their damn nose tackle, and then we move on to their linebackers and leave it up to their safeties to come up and tackle.
Right.
But we're trying to run. Okay. We're running the ball like you've got a patient Brees Hall back there. And Jairell Brock and Deion Silas and Eli Sanders are not Brees Hall. With those guys, I think are a little bit more explosive off the bat than Brees Hall. I mean, once Brees gets his openings, it's lights out, see you later.
Right. Right, Brees is gonna find it.
And then he's gone.
And Brock's the guy. He's like, I'm gonna hit the hole and run over that linebacker and drag him for 2 yards. Then I'm gonna hit the safety. And I think Silas. I don't. Just from what I think Silas would rather. He's more of a sweep type of runner. Obviously he doesn't have the size that those guys have. And
the sweep is fine, unless it's the only run and play you're doing.
Right.
Most of the time we're going off tackle, and depending on what defense you're playing, that's not going to work all the time. Especially, I don't know that our guards and tackles are built like are built like that. The one good thing about having Brees Hall back there is your guards and tackles didn't have to be great pullers,
right?
Because he was such a patient runner and could find had that great vision and could find those spots to be in.
Bruns brought that up too. That the way he talked, like they did more like pulling guard stuff with Brees, like what you said, where they'd pull the guard or whatever, then he'd pick his hole, and now they're more of a zone where those guys aren't staying with their guys long enough.
And the zone blocking scheme works, but it's harder to work on a 3-3-5 because now
that's what he talked. He brought that.
There's not dudes up there to latch on to.
Right. Well, he talked about that it was hard. It's harder with the nose guard there over the center. It's harder to predict where that guy's going, and he said that's why they had such more success against Iowa, because they play a 4-man front. You don't have that nose guard there that you don't know where he's going to commit to. So, yeah, that was interesting, and that's kind of pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hey, so one point, we are missing one little aspect, and X had 3 drops in that game, and one of them was
tired.
And one of them was listen. But the point is, though, we're glossing over that. We can say he was tired and all that, but like William brought up the whole kicker thing. You're there to make plays, and I'm a huge X fan as well. And I'm not saying the game obviously did not come down to that one play, but that was a very crucial catch.
Yep.
Or I should say drop that we had in that situation. And to me, it was an uncharacteristic moment for X.
Well, he dropped one in the end zone at Kansas. It wasn't any. I don't think either one of them were necessarily easy catches, but like you said, yeah. But to me, the dude's been, working his ass off all day.
Yes.
But still in clutch, if you're going to be the man, you got to be the man,
Right.
So I agree with you. But yeah, I don't know. They're so. It's just at least we're, like I said, it's good to be frustrated about being so close instead of, the alternative. It sucks, but we've been in the other spot a lot in our in our years of fandom. So, I'm not going to sit here and get too worked up about it.
I might.
I know. That's good.
I'm going to be the new worked up guy. I'm going to be the new worked up guy.
You're gonna be Skip. We can call you Skip from now on.
Yeah. I'm going to be Mr. Excitable. They keep losing. Shit.
Oh, shoot.
So, another one on the chin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. First of all, let me say I like Matt Campbell. I just think that was some BS.
He said
it.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm gonna say. Matt Campbell's still my boy. He's still done great things for Iowa State. Hopefully will continue to do great things at Iowa State. But I'm not gonna not criticize when I think it's
and that's fine.
necessary. And I thought what he said there, I didn't think that needed to be addressed. Is definitely what all I'm saying.
Right. I'm like, going back to the Twitter thing, these people that are complaining, they'll be the first people, like they'll be all pissed off about that. But then when Campbell gets mentioned for the next job, then they're going to be all pissed off about that too. It's like, come on. So
yeah, I mean, you're right about that. They're the first in line to complain about anything, any and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear that. I hear that. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh my God, man, you need a worse mic, guy.
I need a worse mic. No, you need to be quiet while I'm recording. Act like you don't know I'm recording.
Oh damn! Now
I think so.
You like the shirt? I'm just saying. Link will be in the description of the show.
Where are they from, William?
They're out of Texas.
Okay.
Out of Dallas.
How'd you get hooked up with that?
Through the video game.
Okay.
He's one of the players in there. So
cool.
I bought something. I'm like, all right, let me support a young entrepreneur. I was a little surprised at the quality of the material. You get with some of these upstarts, and it's like, oh, this feels like the damn tablecloth, and it's thin as hell.
Or you watched that shirt once, and
that was the other thing. And no, it's working out well. So I'm like, yeah, there it is. Yeah. So I mean, I like it. So we'll, big line just like your boy. Like the roar. I was roaring. I felt like roaring today, so I figured I better put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, anybody got anything else about this game?
Well, no, and it's fine to be pissed off about a loss. That's good because how many years? Hell, there's no way we could. You wouldn't even sit and talk about the games in the past, because there'd be nothing to talk about. So
true that. All facts.
Yeah.
All facts. Well, 10-9. K-State had that walk-off home run to win the game, and
lead off home, more like lead off home run.
Yeah, that's true. And they never looked back.
Yeah. It was my fault.
Yeah.
It was my fault. I went to the bathroom and
there you go.
Yep. Got in my seat.
We were out there too long.
Yeah, no. Dude, we drank. I was, putting everything away today, and I was like, "Whoa, damn!" I was like, "Yeah, we drank twice as much beer yesterday."
And for me, that was 4.
No, you
because usually it's 2.
You drank a whole 5, dude.
Nope. So our guest had one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, our guest had one. So yeah. I'm at a whopping 4. I was at a whopping 4 over 8 hours of tailgate.
Well, we were good. We waited till the end to crack the first beer.
Yeah. So four beers between. That's pretty much on pace for me.
Well, maybe I doubled my pace then. I did open that cooler and start putting stuff away, and I was like, "Oh man, oof."
Well, now we gotta wait. We gotta wait a few weeks for the next one.
Yeah, probably colder.
Bush.
Dude, I couldn't remember where I put that dip. I was worried you know, I was going to open it up. There was going to be jalapeno dip all over the back of the truck or something. But I had it in a nice, safe spot, so it worked out. It worked out well.
Did you guys eat that?
Dude, I wanted to dig back in. I got home and I made a Reuben sandwich, and I was going to dig back into that, and I was like, no, that could make for a rough Sunday morning. So
absolutely.
So I stayed away. From that.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
Good stuff, though.
Good. Yeah. I didn't really take a picture of it because it didn't really look like anything.
I didn't.
Without if I had the crust on it, I probably would have taken the picture. It would have looked more picturesque. Other than that, it looked like ranch dip. You know, yeah. I sat over there. I was like, it literally looks like I got ranch dip in a damn, or French onion dip in a pan.
Yeah, you could probably you could probably like throw jalapenos on the top of it, like whole jalapenos, just that, you know.
And I've seen that.
That would dress it.
Well, one reason it's normally spicier, but for some reason I screwed up and I drained the jalapenos.
Okay.
Yeah, I drained the juice.
I thought it was good.
No, I mean, yeah, it was good. So, you know, it's all right. You know, we'll be back at it in 3 weeks.
Yeah, you don't need to be having a hangover from the jalapeno dip. You know what I'm saying? It's not good.
Facts.
You know?
But anyway, so there we have it. We'll be back here on Wednesday for Texas preview.
Bring on the Longhorns, right?
Yeah, no better way to end this losing streak than
Yep.
beating them at home.
Yep.
So, you know who we are. You know what we do. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you listen to Matt Campbell, you still my boy.
Yeah.
I love you, dog.
He was not talking to us.